First started in an estate agency about 9 years ago. I started off working for a company called Express Estate Agency, and it was very much sort of business generation and the front end, booking in valuations and finding out about people's properties. And then from there I moved to investment properties, so selling off-plan blocks to investors and people who are looking for returns and all that sort of stuff. And then from there I moved back into the residential side of things, and this is where I've ended up. I like helping people, so I like following processes and stuff like that. So I like the fact that I can go around and take people's photos and do the marketing and do the viewings and then negotiate the offers and then look after all the conveyancing process as well. So I'm a big fan of following processes and the way that things kind of work. It's that one. So the difference between my service and the high street service will be that one-to-one personal approach. So it's me that you get in from the start till the handing over of the keys. I get very heavily involved in the conveyancing process as well. So it'll be me that is chasing the solicitors around, giving you regular updates once or twice a week. And that's what people want. They just want to know exactly where they're up to, is what I've found. It's, again, the solicitor's process. It's the unknown and not understanding some of the terms and stuff like that. And I go very heavily into helping people with filling out the solicitor's documents and talking you through everything, which, well, no other estate agents will do. Well, because I'm there from start to finish, I know everything about your property. So it's me that's coming around and valuing your property, at which stage I'll find out the most amount of information that I can. And then my knowledge will be then passed on to your viewers. So we'll give them fact sheets and SPRIFT reports of the area and the schools and what the public transport is like. So I'm from the local area as well, so I know a lot about the local area, and I will find out as much information about your property before we do those viewings. There's a lot of things going for living in the area that I'm working in. You've got the transport links in and out of Manchester city centre and Bury town centre in terms of the metro links and the road networks and the motorway networks. You've got an awful lot of really nice bars and restaurants, and then obviously you've got all the amenities and stuff in the city centre as well. In my area, I've particularly found there's a lot of first-time buyers moving to the area, and there's also a lot of families who are kind of looking for their next step on the property ladder. There's also the people who are at that stage of life where they're looking to downsize, and in the area that I'm working in, there's quite a lot of bungalows, so there's that kind of demographic who are looking in my areas too. I'd like to think that I'm quite personable and I'm easy to speak to. And as I mentioned earlier, you'll always be getting updates on some people a daily basis, but I'll always be your one point of contact, and I'm available at whatever time of the day that you need me. So you should use me to sell your house because I'll be your one point of contact from sale to sold. I'm a really nice guy. I'm very experienced in what I do, and I'd like to think that I'm very good at it. And I will look after you throughout everything that we're doing. The best part of the job for me is making people happy and getting to that stage where we get to exchange and completion and you're handing the keys over to the new buyer, you're packing things into the leaving truck for the old person who was living there, and they're going off to their new life. So that's the best thing for me.